This is Grandmaster Boris Alterman and you're watching Gambit Guide. Hello and welcome everybody. We continue today our course on Gambit Guide, which is Scandinavian Gambit. And after e4, d5, e takes d5. This opening line becomes quite popular recently because black immediately trying to get rid of white center pawn and to get I would say, free development of all his pieces, especially the light square bishop, which is just having a trouble in such opening like a French defense. So, but in case of queen takes d5, which is quite normal in the Scandinavian defense, black's queen just gets into the game too early, which white can use quite easily with the move knight c3, so attacking the black's most powerful piece, and of course moving once again the black's queen from the center. After queen a5 and d4, of course we are getting the normal position of the Scandinavian defense. Indeed, after e takes d5, black has another alternative, so knight f6. So black would like to capture d5 pawn, not with the queen but with the knight later on. Definitely white could just simply allow black doing that after simple move like d4. Still after knight takes d5, the position is quite complicated and black is ready to fan-chatter his bishop to g7 after g6. And then after castling finally to challenge white center by e5 or c5 ideas, of course. Indeed, after knight f6, white has temporary material advantage and could support this d5 pawn, but by the simple move c2, c4. After which black is almost forced to offer white the gambit variation, so to offer the pawn sacrifice. After c6, white usually is not accepting the pawn sacrifice and trying to play d2 and d4, getting into the pawn of attack of the Caracan defense, which we can reach with the different moves order: e4, c6, d4, d5, e takes d5, c takes d5, and c4 when knight f6 just reached the similar position we just looked on. What would happen in case white decides to accept the sacrifice after d takes c6? In that case, black is getting just quite serious development advantage, and the position quite reminds us the situation which we studied in the Scotch Gambit or Danish Gambit, or even in the Evans Gambit, when thanks to better development and control over the center squares, black quite easy could bring all his pieces to the center after e7, e5, take more control over the most important part of the chessboard, these four squares, and by developing the bishop on c5 and then other bishop to f5 or g4, just to get a quite serious compensation for the small material deficit. White cannot move the queen. After queen e3 and knight b4, there is nothing could prevent black's knight from achieving the c2 square with a decisive triple attack. It's already it's such a powerful fork. So if queen is going to somewhere to f4, knight c2 is a checkmate. Rook b1, knight c2 checkmate. f3, knight c2, winning a queen for nothing. So it means that white is having only move in this position is f3 move. But still after knight comes to d4 at that time, attacking the queen on e2, there is no way to escape. It's Grandmaster Boris Alterman. My ICC handle is Ariela. For more videos on Gambit Guide, you can find on chess.fm.